So hello everyone, welcome back. And I wanted to share something in this video that is um, the cost of not reaching or using or living up to your potential, right? So, or rather, it's something I can relate with a lot, and you can too as well. It's a really common topic, and it's misused by many YouTubers here and there. They misguide potential in a wrong direction. Some people have the potential. They say that my dream the, to become a millionaire or something like that. But um, is this really potential? Like becoming rich, of course, is can be a potential thing. But becoming rich because I want to enjoy life, I want to drink wine, I want to suppress other people, I want to have a good family, good kid. Is that the potential you are living up to? Is that the potential you are targeting? Actually, if you look deep inside, it's not. This all these wants or all these are conditioned by the society itself, like where you live. Like let me give an example. On the basis of sexuality. In India, especially in Bollywood movies and all those, the cleavage of actors, right? So the cleavage is very much shown, very much portrayed, and it's exposed. Why? Because Indian people they find cleavage very attractive because the normally the breast is in our society it's closed to conservative societies, but in India if you see Bollywood movies and all those they try to reveal as much cleavage. I mean cleavage is whatever cleavage they have. So they like to reveal that, and especially if you move on to the US, sari here is a really common. Everyone, my mother wears saris. Some very what can I say very traditional saris are in India. But if you go to US, I have a friend whose mother works in a US based company. So I asked her that what like how is the culture there, and she told that multiple times she had heard her mother from her boss to request that okay, please don't wear a sari and wear something formal. So sari in US is a what kind of beast kind of absurd. Why? Because again that's just a different of culture, like right. So in let's say US or any foreign countries, people like to expose their legs. In India most of the girls you will see their legs would be covered maybe with pants or maybe something like that. So they like to expose their legs and it is a really common. Of course, exceptions and all those variations are still prevalent, still there, but I'm telling in general, right? So all these ones are just conditions. These are whatever you think that okay, I want to become a millionaire or something like that. That is not your real potential, right? Your real potential is to reach the best level of yourself. How do I now? Some people might argue that how do I exactly reach the best potential for myself? Now, see, potential is nothing defined. It's nothing destined, or you are not destined to be there. You are not. You're. It is not nothing mystical as fate. Whatever you decide becomes your destiny. Whatever you do it becomes your fate. How so? Let me give an example. Um, I was a very what can I say? I am still not. I was especially in after the COVID period. Previously I used to get decent grades. Post COVID period around class 5 4. That time of course all of us did well, but from class 6 itself I could not do well because of course the COVID time came and I was scrolling reels and all this stuff, all these distractions they came. So after that my maths if you see was really poor, and in class 5 itself, and it's not nothing like my maths any one subject was strong. Let me give an example for maths. In maths my class 5th score was around 22 marks, right? Out of the whole 100 marks I got 22, and 20 marks was my internal, and basically I got 2 marks out of 80, right? So in class 5 itself, and I hope I know that it's really shameful, but I have to share this experience. I am not going to claim that I'm someone very intelligent, but then after the online period passed away, I decided that I should improve my math skills, maybe for my main motivation. Then maybe I will you know get a good job and all those. That's normal, the whatever the ego conditions is, right? So I tried to learn mathematics. I tried to learn it by myself because in school teachers they taught very difficult. I mean, I could not understand them basically, right? So, but other people did. It's not like teacher's fault. It's, I think it was my fault. I did not study well during my childhood years. So what I did, I just locked myself up in a room and I studied a lot. Maths, I almost, I some days I think for weeks I was doing maths only. And now fast forward to now, currently I'm in class 11. I won't say that my maths is very very strong, but I would say it's up to a decent level. I mean, I can solve a few here and there, a bit of olympiad questions or a bit of JE and all those. But I'm not, again, no, I'm not claiming that that okay, I am very very excellent in mathematics. No, I will not claim that, because I'm not really. But compared to what I was 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, it's much better state, I can assure you that. At least I'm not getting a 2 out of 80 anyways. So now, of course, again, school marks and all these, I'm just using this to give an example. This should not be forming a basis of your potential, right? So, all this potential and all those, see, not only in academics, you can be potentially well you can do potentially well in sports also. Like currently, I'm giving J, right? So and after J, I don't know. I actually have no idea if I ever want to do engineering or something. But I like to study physics, chemistry, maths. I like to study it well. And engineering as a whole, I think it's just kind of that, just running behind a particular degree. I've told my parents that if I don't get into a good college of engineering, then no need to send me to any other private institutes or something like that, because I really don't want to do just degree, because everyone you will see about BTech, or rather BA and all those bachelors, everyone is almost the bachelors. They study up to that level. So I will either learn for knowledge, or I will do something else in the sense that, let's say, I will go into the sports field. Like previously, I am claiming this on this YouTube channel itself, that you can clip it also. Previously, I think around 6, 7, or 8 months back, 8 months back, sorry, 8 months back, I weighed around 88 kgs, right? So of course, for me, my height is around 5'7", 5'8", right? So pretty, even the weight is to height ratio is very high. My BMI was very high. So what I decided to do, see, I was of course fat, and my friends will agree with that if they ever see this video in the future. But currently, it's now after 8 months. It's now currently 1st of April 2026, and now I weigh around 70 kgs. Like, of course, I know it's not a very massive decrease in 8 months, but still, I go for a run. I go for a run every morning. I do a lot of exercises, jumping jacks, and all those. I play a lot of cricket as well, sports. And apart from my studies, of course, I think I do it around maybe 2 3 hours, or maximum 2 hours, not 3 hours, 2 hours, and then the rest of the day I study, or let's say I sleep also. That also is what can I say? My time also goes in there. So that's the thing. Like, it's nothing that your potential is already decided. Whatever you decide to do becomes your destiny or your fate or whatever. So, and one thing I also mentioned, that previously from the my childhood itself, I knew that fine, that maybe I can do a little bit better. I knew that I am not doing the best, because I knew, of course, that I was spending my time in distractions. I was spending my time in here and there, and everything I was doing, right, except studying. Except I also did not play sports. Mark my words, it's nothing. It's some of my friends, they play very good sports like cricket or football. That's why their marks is on a bit lower side. But I was not well in sports as well. I was much more fatter back then. I have my childhood photos. If I can, maybe I will one day show. But currently I cannot. But so I was fat during that time also, and I had no skill as such. Like, even all this knowledge and all this, I had to work upon myself. So now I am currently sharing this knowledge with you. Why? To push you towards your potential, and not your potential to become a billionaire and all, something like that. The potential to make yourself better, to make yourself someone great in the sense, not by social glamour or social, that okay, money, respect, and all these are just secondary. These are just, what can I say, bullshit things, because the more you glorify power, money, the more you glorify lust, the more you glorify greed and all this, then you will feel that you will be consumed by these vices and you will not be able to see through them clearly. So that is what I want to realize you, that potential is to be decided by your own self. It's nothing that magical or something not predestined by some god from above. Of course, God is there. I am not, acknowledging, what can I say, defaming or deep glorifying the god, but I'm telling that it's not something that has been pre-decided. Some people say, I was destined to be this, to be bad, or I was destined to be, be fat and all those. Maybe I was not a few of my one of my friends in the school, he told me that, I think I am not academically well inclined, so let me do something else. So I just scolded him there only. I told him, what if you are not academically inclined? Was I academically inclined? Was I? See, in school, I do decent, not very good, but again, kind of average, a bit above average, but fine. A bit decent I am. So now he thinks, with respect to him, that okay, I am much better set than him. So he thinks that okay, I am not academically well inclined, so I cannot match my Shoptosh is basically my levels, right? So he thinks like that. So I told him that, was I the same level when I 5 years back, 6 years back? No, I was in a much poor state, and I asked him how much he got. He when I heard his course in class five, I was shocked. Like, he was also a very good student. He was much more better than me in each and every subject. He got better marks than me. But now coming up to class 11th or up to 10th, he used to say that no, I cannot do it. This is just a belief that he has imposed upon himself, that no, I am not made for academics. I was also not made for mathematics. I also learned by myself. I put in the effort and I learned myself a great deal of mathematics, right? So not only mathematics, I learned other subjects as well, like history, geography. Those are all equally well, and those were also poor. Like, I I know it would be a kind of, again, flexing marks and all those, but see, don't glorify this. It's just the same, like, in history, up to class five, I think I never got above 60-70% in out of 100, right? So after that, I in from class 8, I decided to study history a bit, because of course I found it very interesting again. So I studied a lot history that year and the year next and the year next as well. So from class 8 till class 10th, so I took up science. In India, there are three branches, like, okay, physics, chemistry, sorry, science, arts, and commerce in our school. So the arts is of, history, geography, literature, and all those. English, of course, all of the streams have to study. But I'm talking in general, that history, geography, psychology, all these subjects. So I did not take that stream. I took the science stream, and however, up to class 10th, again, not flexing, but from class 8, I from I scored around 78 out of 80, and I think around 100 also. I got around 95 or 96. But believe me on the fact that, um, from class 8 till class 10th, my secondary examinations, I got around 98 and above in history, in each and every, what can I say, subject. Now, of course, I cannot talk about it, because again, I have not taken up the history. So might be, if I did not study, then might be again my marks would have dropped. That's not the case. But I'm just giving an example that from class 9th, 8th itself, it's not like I was previously well in history. I was really poor and really very average. My Most of the times my score used to remain average, or maybe a bit below average, never above average. Mark my words. But I studied history. I put in the effort. I you can say, kind of tapped onto my untouched potential, and then, I never fell behind, below 98. And in my secondary examinations, which are conducted, checked externally, there I got 100, full, 100%. So I even got a certificate also, I think, for that, for getting that 100 marks. But again, that's just worldly fame and all those, so that just is bullshit. That doesn't matter at all, right? So that is the your potential. And what is the cost of not reaching your potential is that nature will punish you very harshly, believe me. Nature, if you don't reach your potential, if you don't put in the effort, like, I was not born to be fat, right? I am fat. I was fat maybe 8 months ago. I'm still am. I'm not saying that I have, become really thin and very muscular. No, that's nothing like that. But still, my overall body structure has improved a lot. I am doing a lot of exercises. My physicality has improved a lot. But again, this is not due to, I want to impress someone, or I want to, again, social respect and all those. See, those are secondary things. Either they will come, not come. That's just really primitive. I am doing this because I love it. That's the reason I am able to do it. Every day I wake up and I go running. Even if it is late, then also I go run. Do you know why? Because it's not like that. Okay, fine, I'm running for the sake of, weight loss or something like that. I am running because I love it. That's the thing. I also mentioned a video. I made a video also on my channel, that why exactly why like how to not get distracted and stay motivated. Right. So that's the thing. This is the secret to love your work. And if you don't reach your potential, or at least don't, if you put the effort, you will reach your potential, 100% guaranteed. If you don't put the effort, you will not. And then nature will punish you harshly, very harshly for it. Like I remember, all this, up to class 5, I did not put in into my potential, and all these online years I did all those, useless stuff and all those. And then nature punished me harshly. First, my grandfather died during that time. That is, again, that is, I'm not telling you something mythical. It is, you will feel yourself to be stuck. You will feel that, no, oh no, I'm just feeling stuck. I just need to get out of myself. And I got all these existential crises and all these things, basically, which totally made my life a hell, right? So that was, again, because nature will punish you. Mark my words, nature will punish you harshly, very harshly, if you don't reach your potential. The nature knows. And some people say that, okay, it's luck factor or something like that. Of course, luck is involved, but the more you work, the more you put in the effort, the more luck you have. It's really a proven fact, honestly. Let me give you also one thing I wanted to say, that, in geography, I had my secondary examinations. Again, I did not take up geography in my higher secondary studies, so I don't have the current knowledge of it at the level which is it now. But I, in my geography examination, I think I did one or two mistakes, right, in my extra, and somehow maybe the invigilator who checked it, I don't know, actually, not from a school teachers, it's someone external. It's like it is sent to other places so that it is checked without any discrepancy. So I don't know, maybe that invigilator missed or something like that. I studied a lot of geography, right? So anyways, I would have got around 90 above, but I got 100. But I knew that I have made two, three mistakes there, but still I got 100. How I got, I don't know. But again, I think it's just luck. The more you work, the more you have, more luck you have, and the more nature pushes you towards your potential. So that was the thing I wanted to share. So just realize your potential and just put in the effort. It's nothing destined. Just put in the effort and hopefully be someone great, not from, just from worldly fame and all this. I don't even care a bit about worldly fame, honestly. I can give you a funny incident also. Once, in my class ninth, I think there was a maths olympiad conducted in our school, and I came second in our whole school. And I think I was given that silver or bronze or golden medal, right. So of course, again, some cheap material again. But of course I was given this, and okay, but by that time I already realized that fame and all this doesn't matter. So I did a funny thing, that my friend, who he wanted the medal, right? So I gave him away. I had no attraction, or maybe no attachment towards it, because I did not give the maths olympiad, for out of, what can I say, for the reason of getting the medal. I didn't even realize that my rank would be two. Like, honestly, I can swear in the name of God, I didn't even realize my rank would come second. Especially, my school marks were then poor, and slowly they were improving. It's not like I got just a drastic improvement in just a 1 year. Of course, it improved over time. So I came second, and it was, of course, fine. But again, I gave the medal away. So that's the thing. It's not something that you should be attached, because it's not something that is very secondary, very, very primitive. The main thing is putting the effort and realizing your potential. So I hope I made myself enough clear, and I hope you really start putting in the effort, because without the efforts, nothing can happen. And of course, your suffering is optional. because you have opted for the suffering by yourself. Your ego is pushing you towards the suffering, so just drop it and do your task. Right. So, bye. See you later.